welcome to Faithful Grace Studio. I'm Mindy. I'm the creator here at Faithful Grace. And today I thought I would show you this little, I guess it's a little mini tag folio. Not sure exactly what you call it. I had made a handful a while back and packed them away. Gave some of them away, and then I had two left over that I just stuck in a box of some finished ephemera and shoved it in my cabinet. And then, as you may recall, we've recently moved, and so a lot of things got rediscovered during the move, and this was one of them. So I had pulled them out and laid them to the side and thought, I really like those, I'm going to make some more. Well, then the other day I was looking for something, and I found where I had started making more and not finished. So that's what these are. And then I have this tray of all these little scraps from some of the kits that I've designed recently that I really like. This is from the Bright Side. I don't know what this is from. The Painter's Attic. There's probably some in here from Bloom anyway. I don't. And then there was just a stack of some stuff that I just thought might work well in here. Maybe not necessarily the navy blue, but we'll see. So I thought I would show these to you and see if you wanted to come on a journey with me to make some. So here's what one of them looks like. Just opens up. You got some just collage. You got a little place to make some notes. You got a little pocket here with a little tag. Got some more places to make notes, a little bit more of a collage. You got a scripture here stuck in this little pocket. You got a tag stuck in a little belly band here. And then behind it, we have a couple more tags stuck in a pocket. And then more collage and more place to write. And then there's the back. So there's one. This one is actually tied shut. And I'll never be able to get that bow to be as pretty as it was just then. But I'm going to take it open so I can show you what this one looks like. So there we go. Well, I say it, there we go. I have gotten it tangled up with something. It's just the thread that is. So there we go. All right, so here's the front. Oh, this one's gorgeous. Got a little place to make some notes there. We've got a little envelope here stuck in paper clip. Got some live each day with grace and authenticity, some more places to write something. This one is not, no, this one is not a pocket. This one is a pocket with a little tag in there. Cute. How cute is that? I always take the scenic route. This one has a pocket right there with a little tag in it. And then this one has a big pocket on it with a scripture card in it. And then more places to write, and then the end. So very simple. They're very simple and very cute. This one is a little bit smaller. This one is made from a number 12. Pretty sure. Yeah, these are all 4 inches by 8 inches, which is the number 12. This one is probably a number 10, which is a little smaller. Yeah, I would say it's probably a number 10, but we're going to work with these number 12s. I don't know where I got this, and I don't know that it matters what number it is, other than if somebody tells me they want one and they want it made out of a number 8, then I've got this little reference sheet to go. If you want this to, maybe take a snapshot of it, or if you want me to email it to you, I'm happy to do that. Just make a comment below and I'll send it to you. Stick it back where it was. All right, so I think you could really make these as big as you wanted. We take, you only want the tabs, I think, on the outside. So if we do it like that, and then we put one on this, well, let's get one that's got the tab thing on it. That one's already put together, but yeah. So we do it like that, and then we put one more on the inside and cut that off. Then we have pretty much what we have here. So I think that's what we'll do. We'll make one like this, and then we will, I might make some more, but we're going to start making one like this. Okay, so we have 3 of these. Let me move this out of the way. We don't need that just yet. We have one for the outside, one for the inside. I do like the ones with the little reinforced holes. So this one is going to be our inside piece. And I'm really just going to cut that off. I'm not even going to get out my paper cutter or anything. I'm just going to cut it off like that. All right, so now that'll go together there, and this will go together here. Yeah, see, that'll be nice. Okay, so I do want pockets. I think I want the front one to have a pocket on the side. So we're only going to glue this together around 3 sides. I'm going to open it up while I do this because I don't want it stuck to each other. All right, and then we'll put, I'm going to leave it, I better stop. I want this one to be at the top. The pocket. I want it to be at the top, so we'll only do the sides and the bottom. And while that's drying, so now we've got a pocket here and a pocket here. But while that's drying, before I mess anything up, I'm gonna let that dry, and I'm gonna decide kind of what I want to use. All right, so we'll toss all that down right there and put this out of the way. All right, so here is our folder, our little tag folder. Alright, so we've got a pocket there, and we've got a pocket here. Alright. Okay, so we're just going to start decorating. Alright, I had to take a little break because I had some other things that I had to do, and I needed to let what I had done so far dry. So I layered it with some nonstick parchment paper and put it underneath my bricks, or between my two bricks. So left it there overnight. Didn't have to stay that long, but that's how long it took me to be able to come back to it. And so now what I have is a very flat, I love what happens when you put damp glue underneath or in between two heavy objects. I just love how flat it gets. So I want to walk you through, actually I'm not going to walk you through anything yet. I'm going to go ahead and finish while you can see me do that. And then I'll come back and walk you through everything that I've done and how it happened. I did pull out a few extra supplies while I was getting ready to come back to this today. I pulled out some chiffon strips. I'm not sure why I pulled that color out. That's not the right color, and I knew that, but I pulled it out anyway. But got this pretty snow white or cream color, and then I pulled out a couple of pieces, or a couple of pink tape options. I'm not sure, probably I'll go with this one, but not 100% sure at this point. But anyway, let's finish the process and then I'll walk you through what I did step by step. All right, so now I've got 5 little tags to tuck in the pockets. Several of them have positive affirmations on them. Each page has a positive message here. Miracles happen when you believe. Find joy in the ordinary. That is just part of the 6 that I stuck off the edge of the page. I just don't want to cut it off. I want to leave it like that. What seems ordinary is often the extraordinary, and see possibility everywhere. Keep moving forward. Got a little bit of a trim to do right there. Okay, so this is largely done, although I do like to finish up before I put the edge on, and I really think, I first thought it would be this, but it's shiny and I don't want it to be shiny, so I think it's going to be this that we're going to put on the edge. And matter of fact, I may go ahead and do that. You don't have to put a binding on it. It's glued together, so it's not going to come apart. I just like for it to have that book look, and I think that requires some sort of edging or binding here. So this is just colored masking tape, but I will tell you, it doesn't stick forever. It sticks well in the beginning, but it doesn't stick forever. So I do like to put a little bit of glue on mine. So I'm just going to run a bead down here, and I'm going to run just a little, not even a bead, just a little bit on the edge. I'll do the back side in a minute. So we're going to put this just barely over, and then we're going to fold it over. Actually, I might want it over just a little further so it's just a little bit more. Try to get it as straight as possible, but I don't worry about it if it's not perfectly straight. And then we'll do a little bead right here, and we'll fold it over. I'm gonna go ahead and cut before it gets dry, because sometimes you can get it glued together right there, like the tape glued to each other, and then it's almost impossible to get a nice clean cut. So before it dries, I'm gonna go ahead and trim that off. Okay. And then I'm going to double check before it gets completely dry to make sure I can still get it open. And I can. And if you see, it will buckle just a little bit right there, and I'm okay with that because that allows it to open. But if it doesn't matter. All right, so the very last thing I do before I put the cards in the slots and put the final tie in here and do any sort of final embellishment on the front. If you'll notice here, you might have seen this in the fast forward video, there's 2 layers of butterflies there. There's one on the back that was actually a thin piece of paper, and then one exactly like it on top that is cardstock, and I just glued it in the center so those wings stick up, so it's kind of 3-dimensional. Isn't that cute? All right, so the last thing I do before I put these in there, embellish the front and put the final tie in, is to kind of glance through my stickers. This project is very conducive to stickers because it's not really themed. Well, I mean, it is themed. It's kind of a joy theme, if you will, bright colors, positive affirmations kind of thing, but it's a good place to use some stickers that I don't normally get to use. So I'm going to just kind of look through. Nothing vintagey is going to work. Something like this might work. All right, let's see if we can use any of these just to kind of put a little final touch. All right, so let's see. No, I'm probably not going to do anything to the front because I have something else I want to do to the front, I think. Okay, I think we're ready. I had pulled these out thinking that I might put a little flower on the front, but not sure it needs it with that. Although it's kind of cute right there in the corner. There we go. I thought about making the body of the butterfly black, drawing a little black body on there, but I don't want black on it other than the, I don't want to do that. So, all right, let's put our stickers out of the way. All right, and now this tag, I have some of these pre-cut tabs that already have the hole punched, that are a pretty shape, and so I just covered one of these. Most of the time when I make tags like this, especially small tags, I start with something, either a pre-cut template like this, or sometimes these two, you may have noticed during the video of me doing it, these two were actually clothing tags that I had saved that were nice and thick. And I just covered them up. Now, when you do that, though, you have to be careful. Like on this one, I wasn't covering up the hole anyway, so it didn't matter because it has had a hole already cut in it. This is the one that, yeah, this one has a metal piece around the hole, so I didn't want to cover it up, so it didn't matter about this one. But on this one, if I had covered both sides fully, like I did this, you got to make sure that you cover one side, let it dry, trim it off, cut your hole, and then do the other side. Otherwise, you lose your hole. You can take an awl or a pen or something and kind of find it, but that's clunky and that leads to mistakes in my experience. So, yeah. So there's 5 of these. We'll put these in various places within the little tag folio, but I am going to cut a couple of pieces of this. I want it to be probably about that long. So not worrying about it being precise or too straight. It's already rounded around the edges, which is good. And I'm going to just stick it through here. I'm gonna pull it through far enough so I have enough to work with to make a knot. There we go. So it's not going to pull through, and now we can just tie this together like that to hold it together. And I would just do it just like that. But before we tie it together totally, we need to put our things in there. And so I use, this is like a palette knife. You could use a bone folder, you could use the end of your scissors if you're careful, but I like to make sure that my pockets are nice and open before I start trying to stick something in there. You know, sometimes you'll get that one little tiny piece of drop of glue right there that'll kind of hold, and you'll hear it pop when you get it open fully. I just do this just to make sure that, where's the, did I put that upside down? Did I glue it shut? No. I did glue it shut, but that's okay. Almost glued it completely shut at the top, but that's okay. It popped right open. So then that just gives us plenty of space in there. So we're going to put a couple of these smaller ones. This was just a piece of cardstock, printed cardstock that I cut out with pinking shears and glued a piece of scrap paper on the back. So just kind of makes a little tag. So we're going to stick these down in this side, just like, actually put this one in the back. So we've got those in there. And then we'll put this one right here. This one will go with it. All right, both of these, oops, I messed that one up a little bit. Both of these are a little thick. So we're gonna drop back and punt, and we're gonna put this, we're gonna switch them around a little bit. And now we'll put these over here. There we go. Now, look how cute. And then we'll just take this and tie it. I'm going to tie it in a loose little knot. But there we go. How cute is that? Isn't that precious? What a cute little gift for someone. Put some notes. Oh my goodness, I knocked the... Did y'all notice that? Did y'all notice that I knocked that off? It needs some more glue is what it needs. And then I need to leave it alone. I should have waited and put that on there very last. But I want to make sure that it doesn't get glued to anything else. And after we go off camera, I'm probably going to put a clip on it just to hold it. I'll put this clip on it, but I'll wait till we get done. There's the pieces that I have left over. Here are my scraps that I can throw away. All right, so what do you think? Did you like that? Are you gonna make some? Here's the original two that I showed you. Those were actually done with, didn't tie that one back together. This was actually done with some collage paper that I had made, some painted paper. You can start with anything. If you'll recall, we started with just some blank number 12s. A couple of mine don't have holes in them yet, and reinforcements. These I cut out of manila file folders. I had some that had some writing on one side that I didn't really want to use because the writing was not applicable to my business. So I cut them apart and I made number 12 tags out of them. So if you want the directions and the dimensions that I showed you in the beginning for these, or a template, just drop me a note below and I will shoot those to you happily. All right, I hope you enjoyed that, and I hope you enjoy creating one of your own.